Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Kleiner's Kravenarium. I'm Raz, and this is the team. How are you tonight, everyone? Everyone doing well?
Swimmingly.
Yay.
Yay. Much
So-
rejoicing.
So we're going to talk real quick about the intro. So the intro, we've mentioned this before. It's a minute long. We do this for you. We leave it on, not because I'm really proud of the music or I like our logo or any of that stuff. It's so that you have enough time to run like a lunatic, get a bag of chips, get a drink, run back to the couch, and you don't have to hit pause. Because in my house, that minute is so valuable. Because I live with 3 women, and at any point, someone will stop it and say, "Hey, did you hear what I found out today?" It's like, movie's on. Can we not do that? So this 1 minute is your chance to tidy all that shit up and sit down and enjoy the show. And we're so glad that you're back. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Some YouTubers say stomp on it, pound it. I'm not going to go into all that. That's just
Tap that.
It's inappropriate.
Sure.
So just press the button. You know what to do, and we would appreciate it. When we last left the team, they were in a situation where Steiner had a showdown with a very large rifle in his hand, and a much smaller knife in the hand of someone of a lover. And he decided that the best thing to do was not kill anyone and kind of make his escape. But it sounded very much that Steiner was not, as he said to the man, "We're not done with this." On the other side, the investigator, Constable Derek Waits, and several townfolk have just entered into the circus. The circus had more than enough time to get cleaned up, kind of take away all the stuff that might have made them even more either complicit or raise the ire of the police. And the only thing left now is Barbaletto's body, which was not moved, according to Jacob Mosley. He wanted it left in the position where it was. Max is still wandering about the circus now, kind of moved away off that field. He's kind of just milling about. And that's where we're going to pick up the investigation. So Steiner, let's start real quick with you. Where were you running to? You said towards town. What was your hope there?
I am going to head to the police station.
Police station.
A better term. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Police station.
Mm-hmm. So you're actually going there in order to do whatever you think is necessary to do.
I sure am.
All righty. So Steiner is heading there. This will be a good point. I should have done this before we started with the rest of the team. Let me do it real quick. At some point in this show, I am going to hold up a Vason Initiative card. This is a Vason Initiative card. And if it has the number 10 on it, mark the time and the time of the show. And we're going to do a contest. And the first person to get that answer correctly, or may put us back in Facebook in episode 10, that I held up the Initiative card 10, we'll get a free t-shirt. We'll send it out to you. So that's going to be make sure you're watching, paying attention, and keep an eye on the videos. So we're going to do that for you tonight. Team, don't let me forget at some point to hold up a 10. I'll remind myself with a Post-it note somewhere. All right. So back to the circus part. Let's go with the ladies first. Ladies, you can hear Cyrus Boone talk, not Cyrus, I'm sorry. Jacob Mosley, the circus ringmaster and basic owner of the show now, out there talking with Derek Waits, and he is preparing to make his way back in towards where Barbaletto's body is, behind the tent of the geek. They've taken a lot of the words down that say geek. They're calling him just a clown. Now, obviously, the police may have heard the first night. They may have seen that he was in a cage. You're hearing Mosley talk about that. Oh, no. There's nothing wrong with him. It's just an act. It's all a graft. It's all, that's just to scare the audience, thrill them a little bit, a little titillation. But they're not going into the whole wherefores and the whys. Do you join into that conversation? Do you want to follow Mosley, or are the two of you still thinking use the police intercession to kind of keep searching for things?
I don't know. I see. We saw that he has this weird, like, ooky aura to him. So someone near him or him, something's up.
Right.
So that makes me want to, while he's occupied.
Okay.
I want to keep looking for stuff. Like, who was talking to him, his belongings, like his stuff.
Okay. Yusini, are you okay with that, or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I am okay with that. I do want to investigate who he was around. So I guess the general starting point would be to go in the direction we saw him coming from, like to head in the direction he came from.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a problem. So you're actually heading back towards his caravan.
Okay.
The caravans are all parked, in a certain back section of the field. he seemed to have been coming from that direction originally. You're making your way through there. There's not going to be questioning going on with this many carnies and workers. One good constable and a couple of volunteers. There's no way he can do the kind of questioning he needs tonight.
Right.
What he can do is ask them not to leave. He'll make minor like,
yeah.
But he's not going to be able to knock everybody down and question them. So this could take days now at this point. But he is over by the body. So the two of you kind of wander off. You make your way to Jacob Mosley's caravan, and the door is locked.
Does he have windows in his cart or caravan?
Let's roll a d6. Ooh. Mercy, odd or even?
Odd.
Of course. And it is odd. So yes, he has at least one window in this caravan.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can't urge that window open. What would that be?
Would it be like close combat and physique? I mean, no, I'm saying it's the equivalent of like brute force, essentially.
If it's locked, I would say force would be fine. If you're looking to pick the lock, I would say it's agility. So either one.
Okay.
I've got the same in either one, and neither one is very good. But
you have a doll that might be able to do it.
That's what I was going to say. I do have a friend who might be able to help me.
Yeah.
So
I just immediately hear James Taylor in my head, when you're down
in trouble. So
do the rest of us know she does this?
Listen, she's been traveling with the circus for a while.
Okay.
I don't know. Yesenia, have you ever? I mean, they protect you normally if you go out, right?
Right.
Have you ever? So yeah, Mercy, you know that.
Okay.
If she does a dirt nap on the ground, like if she just curls up fetal on the ground, to throw a blanket on her and not leave her. It's kind of important. So
yeah.
Okay. How far is Yesenia's or my tent from Mosley's tent?
So all the stars have caravans. You all have some form of wagon.
Caravan.
Yeah, they're all parked fairly close, 30, 50 feet, 100 feet. I don't know. It's in that general area. Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch that we put Yesenia to bed, and then myself and Robin can go into the.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Okay.
The blind girl and the puppet.
That's right.
Okay. Yesenia, yeah. So you go back to bed. You get yourself comfortable.
That way, it's
Sure.
Right. All right. We'll keep you safe. You pretty girl.
All right. So Yesenia takes her a couple of minutes to get herself calm and relaxed. And
okay.
What do you do? Yesenia, are there words you need to mumble? Is there something that or do you just disassociate?
I just disassociate.
Interesting.
I just kind of lay back and snap. It's done.
Yeah. Oh, see, this is the opportunity. This is showing where the GM's mind goes. In order to go fully into the place of the puppet, I need you to rub my feet. rub.
No, clockwise.
Yeah.
You need to go clockwise.
Just jiggle the big toe and there I am. I'm going. I would do something so heinous like that. Like, I got to rub your gnarly feet for this to work. But you're
change of plan. Change of plan.
You're a nicer person than I am. So yes, Yesenia goes out, and sure enough, from her many pocketed skirts that we've learned of, like she has a belt skirt, a bat skirt basically that has all these different shit in it. Comes Robin with a sugar cube or some other, but you see the puppet Robin animate, and he's Yesenia. Do you want to play him? You want me to play him? How do you want to do it? You can do it if you want, or I'll do it for whatever.
Sure, I will. So
there you go.
Robin will pop out and it is a pretty girl. What can I do for you, madame?
Hello, Robin, can I see the puppet?
The puppet is fucking cute. The puppet looks like he's in full color to you. This is Technicolor. This is Steamboat Will. Like, this is almost like a Disney thing. He looks fully real.
I can see the puppet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
The puppet's got shit going on.
Do I look handsome?
Yeah.
I know. You are speechless. I do it to other women.
It's... Please. Now is not the time for this.
Of course, of course. We shall keep it a secret.
Listen, Robin,
Robin's on the make. He's on the job.
Robin, I need you to bring your animated self over to Mr. Mosley's caravan and get us inside of it. We're going to do some investigation.
Let's go, my love.
Robin, you're a puppet.
Do you want to carry me?
Ooh, I love that.
That was a moment.
Do you want to carry me?
I want to see her carrying a puppet trying to find her way to the tent.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. No,
She walks right into the commissary with him.
to the left, mon cher. To the sorry about that. I meant the right.
You'll need to guide me, so perhaps this will be more effective. She bends down and like holds her hands out, like, come here.
Okay, so
Climb
I'll
in.
come up and okay. No, not too tight. Not too tight. You don't want to squeeze all the stuffing.
There is no chance on our good Lord's green earth that I will squeeze your stuffing, Robin. I wouldn't dream of it. Please, let's just direct me in the direction of Mr. Mosley's tent while your mistress kindly naps.
This goes straight.
So you get there in a few moments. Yeah,
Okay.
He's got you to the tent.
Thank you. I hold him up to the lock. Do your thing.
Okay, so Robin's going to take a look at the lock, and he is going to. That is going to be a. Okay. So he's going to take a look at the lock and see if he can't pick it.
All right.
This is his speed.
I have a small thing which I'm gonna hold.
Well, that is 2 successes.
Lock pops. with no
Hell yeah,
problem.
Robin. Woohoo.
Robin is stealthy. I hear a click. If you will put your hand, let me open it. You might want to open it.
Oh.
I mean, strong, but I
Okay,
am not the strong man.
I understand. Mercy manages to she kind of like with one hand is like holding the puppet, opens the door, steps inside, quickly closes the door behind her, draws the curtains.
All right.
Put
Okay.
me down.
Okay,
Little
puts the she puts the puppet down. I'm just looking for Uki aura. I know that I'm not going to be able to. Oh, look, a bowl of cereal.
Right.
But yeah,
There's you don't see anything right away. I mean, there's nothing
Okay.
that's standing out about it here
hmm
inside the caravan. But hold that thought. Cyrus, what are you doing?
I was going to try to make my way to find them, although would I have seen them wandering off?
You eventually come upon them, like as you're moving or wandering around. You watch Mercy walk by with, Robin carrying Robin towards Jacob Mosley's.
Bedeviled with
Caravan.
a small puppet in her hand.
Right.
I'm just gonna sort of hang back and watch her do her thing,
Okay.
and make sure that without her knowing that I'm helping, I will protect her from anyone coming upon her.
Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of skulking to the shadows, kind of keeping an eye out for things.
Yes.
All right. They go in. First you see Robin pick the lock. Mercy opens the door, and they walk inside and shut the door. Yesenia must be somewhere either in her tent or her caravan or Mercy's wagon. That's fine. They're in there for 5-6 minutes. Let's jump over to Steinar for a minute. So back in town, Steinar, you make it to the constable's station and house. He lives above it. But of course, with the timing and what's going on at the circus, you can knock, but he's not going to be there. His wife does answer the door, and she's got a shawl around. And she's like,
Perfect.
She opens the door and she says, yes. And she's just kind of peeking through.
Looking for the constable, ma'am. I apologize for the late hour.
Yes, she says, oh, my husband's been summoned to the circus, sir.
The
There's been-
circus.
Yes, there's been a
what's going
murder.
on at this? A murder?
So a young gentleman said he said that there was an accident and they believe possible foul play. My husband got dressed and immediately running in that direction. I'm so sorry he's not home.
That's a terrible, terrible thing. Two terrible things happened in this town in the same night, and I'm just going to try to. It seems that there was a conspiracy down at the Briggs farm. So I need to find him. You say he's at the circus then?
Oh yes, is everything okay? Is Nettie okay?
She's fine. She's fine. But it appeared that Nick decided to take this a little too far. If I understand, him and Marcus have had a row or two.
Oh, that poor girl. Oh, yes. There's been trouble on that front before. I'm afraid they've had several run-ins, and it has gotten physical. Marcus he has the temper of the devil in him.
I'll kind of put my head down a little bit and look a little ashamed of myself, and I noticed that as well. I felt a connection to her, and I took off after the show to see if I couldn't persuade her to come with me. The circus is a safe place to be, and I wanted to make sure that I could take her away. I wanted to see if she'd be willing. It's certainly better than trying to kill him, right?
Oh, I would rather have run, but you are very noble for making that offer for her, sir. I'm. It's a shame that her heart is so set on Mr. Vance. It's I wouldn't. It wouldn't have been surprising to me if something did happen to Marcus. Bastard probably deserved it, but it's all in the good Lord's hands. It's not the way one should not take that kind of judgment upon themselves.
Absolutely. I feel the same way. So when I found Nick with this knife in his hand heading towards the farm,
oh my,
I decided to take things into my own hands. But I will maintain this, make sure that the constable receives it as evidence. So you say he's headed back to the circus then?
Yes, sir. I'm sure he's there by now. He was summoned about 40 minutes ago, and my husband.
I'll find him. I do apologize for waking you up. My deepest apologies.
Oh no, of course. Can I offer? You're fine though. I'm just. I have nothing prepared for tea or anything. I'm sorry, but I could put a pot on if you want to wait for him.
Do you think I should wait here then? Would that be best?
I don't know, sir. I wouldn't know what's the best thing to do. I'm sure that you'd run into him though.
Perhaps I'll wait. Especially if something has happened at the circus. Perhaps this is the best place to wait.
Of course, no, please.
If you don't mind. I don't want to put you out.
No.
I can wait. I could wait here just next to the...
Oh, I wouldn't be able to sleep until he came home anyway. Gave me a good shagging. Okay, that's not... I didn't say that. I shouldn't have said that. I was going to put that up. That's not what the woman... She's like, I can't get to bed until I get a good... Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Everybody's good.
What the heck?
what the hey, nani. Back on the farm. It's like...
Wow.
Oh my god.
Victorian people were wild.
I know.
Wild.
I literally have a book about it, like over there on my
Of
shelf.
course you do. Why
Yes.
did I have to go down this road? No, of course you do. So she lets you in, and she immediately puts a kettle on. She's got a shawl on. She's late 30s. One of her children comes over to the banister and kind of looks down. Mom, is everything okay? Oh yes, this fine gentleman is just here looking for your father, but everything's fine. You go back to bed now. So the kid goes back to bed. But yes, she starts talking about other things that have happened between Nettie and Marcus and Nick. So you kind of get that history. She doesn't really gossip more beyond that. But she's definitely staying in that realm. So you get a full picture of how long this has been going on. It's been a couple of years.
I'd like to throw in a couple non sequiturs about how, I was just enchanted with Nettie and I really felt a connection. And, and while it may have seemed improper, Marcus's actions, really precluded, if I was going to make a move, getting her out of there was the best thing to do.
Awesome. Good job. Chris, that's a great job. Steiner, that was smart, quick thinking. All right. Back over to the caravan of Jacob Mosley. So go ahead and make me a roll, please, Betty, for Robin doing his search.
Okay. Is this investigation?
Yeah, and you're going to be able to use your marionette skill if you'd like, since you're going through his eyes and he's a lot smaller. He can get under places and things.
Sweet.
Come on, Betty.
Oh no! I got lots of 5s though.
Oh,
Just
pickles.
No 6s.
No 6s.
No 6s.
All right.
So many dust bunnies getting in my way.
Yeah, Robin runs into all kinds of things. These he's kind of moving and going around and kicking around. Mercy, go ahead and make a listen check because Robin may have bumped into something. So you're going to do listen, and listen is under investigation as well, right? For logic, we've been saying.
Yep.
Oh no, observation. It can be other observation rather. Isn't that your better skill?
My better skill? It would be investigation.
Yep, take investigation then.
Okay, 7 dice.
Yeah, I know you had a high one in that because of the
Logic.
Lector of Knowledge.
Yes. It's the logic, man. I'm a 5. That is 1 success.
It's enough in this case. You have heard this sound before. It's a sound that catches your ear for a minute, and it's so Robin is doing something now. You can make out the fact that Robin is this wispy shadow, but it's hard to see the things around him, right? So you don't know exactly where he is, but he's somewhere near the edge of Mosley's bed.
Okay.
And you heard this noise.
Now she remembers thing.
Yes. So the last time you heard something similar was 70 years ago when someone had a gag show, a magician with a false bottom on a trunk or something like that. And you're like, man, that sounds like there's movement inside that trunk. That's when Robin was in there moving about. You felt like you heard a false bottom.
Okay.
Now, if you made no roll, you wouldn't have heard it. So then we would have, yeah.
Gotcha. Robin.
Yes?
Could you go back and walk across where you just were? Retrace your steps, please.
Well, for you, anything, my love. So Robin will go back and...
I hear the noise again?
Yep.
Okay. Robin, I do believe something is under your feet.
Oh, let me take a look. Okay. So
yeah, he starts digging around, and sure enough, he sees a place where you can pry up the side of the trunk at the bottom.
Oh, you have sharp ears, madame. We have found it. So
what's it? Can I help the puppet?
You're going to have to put your hands in there. It's going to require more strength than poor Robin and his balsa wood limbs can manage.
I got you.
I can't quit. Get it.
My joints!
They're fixing!
Don't worry. I will help you. So Mercy goes in and is trying to help feel her way as best she can.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not hard. You start to lift it. Yesenia, you're looking with Robin's eyes. You see a box called Cranfield's, and sticking out are bullets.
Oh, this is not good. Cranfield's bullets.
Bullets?
They are rifle bullets.
Oh, this is very bad. These look like Grumpy's bullets, Steiner.
Grumpy, right. That's funny.
Grumpy.
Yes, Grumpy. My favorite is to snuggle him close. It creeps him out so much.
Yep.
Make him squirm like a worm.
You should do that more often.
Right.
Robin, could you she doesn't need Robin to do it.
No.
She takes one and puts it in her pocket.
Okay.
Can I feel how many are in there?
Are you looking so the count on the box is 20 cartridges.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't 20. There's less.
Oh, these have been used.
There's about 17.
Some are missing.
Yes.
Well,
you know, it's you could put it back and we could leave this in a more obvious place.
I like it. We can draw attention to Mosley's tent and have it be discovered organically, as opposed to me taking one. Why were you in my... What? I keep saying tent. I was picturing tents. It's like, why were you in my caravan, etc. Excellent, my fine little friend. Where should we put it?
So if you will lift it up, and I will tell you, we are going to put it just under the edge of the bed.
Excellent.
All right, so the two, you get that all set up, no problem. You leave it in a place that a cop would never miss it, but looks like a cop should probably miss it. Like, you know, I'm stealthy and you would never find it. Oh, ho, ho. There it is.
Yeah.
Like in the show Making a Murder on Netflix, which if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, because they step over the keys that supposedly was the thing that put this guy in jail.
That was
9 times for like 3 days. Nobody saw the keys, but they were there. But that's okay. I'm not going to talk about it.
Such a good show.
So yes, you're able to visually place these bullets in a way that hopefully the cops, when they finally get over here. Now the question is, how do we lure them here, right? So you go out, you make your way outside. You're carrying Robin, and off in the shadow, Robin, and Yesenia, you see and you let Mercy know that Cyrus Boone is standing not too far away in the shadows. Like, you can pick him up.
Perhaps you should take me back to the tent. Mr. Boone is over there. And Mr. Boone is very convincing. Oh, look, it's the number 10.
It's the number 10.
I swear by God, I thought I saw a 10 in front of my eyes.
What? Where? 10?
There was a 10.
Steiner's like, I draw
and
2.
She's right here.
Oh, there you go.
Just saying.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Maybe we search the tents. Mr. Boone is very convincing. I keep calling them tents too.
Wagons.
I always think of like Pinocchio, the wagons with the wooden wagons with the stairs coming down the back.
Exactly. Caravan wagon.
It's such a better visual and better way to travel, and yet I keep saying tent. So sorry, Betty. Robin is saying put him back with you, and then we can keep searching.
No.
Or
tell Mr. Boone what we found. Have Mr. Boone convince the police officers and Mosley.
Excellent.
That the wagon should be searched, and since Mosley is so sure he knows who did it, he would go first because nothing is wrong with his wagon.
Excellent. Thank you, Robin. I gently deposit Robin towards his tent. Yesenia's wagon. Come on.
Bow to Mercy, even though Mercy can't see him.
I make out that he shuffles and
Right.
He's bright and colorful to me. He's just blurry. So, thank you, Robin. You have done exceedingly well. If you could eat, I'd give you some sort of cookie or snack or something.
Oh, you will owe me a kiss for later.
Absolutely not.
This is how Steiner got splinters on his legs, by the way. Don't trust Robin. He's dangerous.
Exactly. I was going to say.
Mercy makes her way over to Cyrus, tapping her way with her cane. And Cyrus, Yesenia and I, or Yesenia via the puppet and I, have discovered some rather incriminating evidence inside of Mr. Mosley's caravan.
You sneaky child, I did perceive you within the realms of the man's caravan, and I thought perhaps I would protect you from outside its reaches.
Why, thank you.
What did you find?
Cranfield's, a box of Cranfield's large caliber bullets, several of which are missing.
Cranfield's rifle shells?
They're big, about this big.
You didn't take them, did you?
No.
we can lure them back here. We can try to get them to search the caravans. I could perhaps persuade them and talk to them about how the others were told to unleash the clown, as they are calling him, from his cage, and how the others talked to him the other night, told them to release him another night. So that's twice he shot him on the second night. I am not surprised. I took him for a bounder.
Yes, something is quite not right about this whole situation, about Mr. Mosley. I'm sure I'm not the only one to have spotted it. There was this aura, this presence around him right as he was talking to the investigators. He walked up. There's this black.
I did not perceive any blackness around the man, other than his soul.
Well, there was. Whether it is a reflection of the soul or a reflection of proximity to something darker, I know not yet. That's why we were in his caravan. But we found bullets, and I agree. Let us convince the officers to conduct searches. I will volunteer my own caravan if it comes to it, but Mosley's must be searched.
Well, Mosley's must be searched first. Thus, otherwise he will go into his cabin and remove the things that you have placed asunder. And if he does so, he will know that someone has been in there.
Quite.
It was an enlightened yet risky maneuver, I must admit. It hinges on his being the first caravan.
All right, so you're able to walk over, you make your way over, Cyrus, to Jacob Mosley and the police. The police, he hasn't left the scene, right? Like, he's staying close. He's doing what an owner would do at this point. He's trying to keep them focused on this, not have him talk to too many people. Like, officer, this is the body. This is what happened. You already, as you approach, you are already hearing Steinar's name being bantered about.
Sure.
That's already been happening.
Damn.
So now, well, it takes time to. I mean, you searched. I mean, he was the minute he pulled in, sir. One of our people is missing. There's His name's Steiner Broom. He's a trick shot artist, I believe. I pray he's not involved. Like, Mosley's giving it like the way he's setting this up is. I hope he's not involved, but he's the only one with a rifle. I hope he's not involved, but he's our trick shot guy. I hope he's not involved, but he's not here. I hope he's not. Like, he's trying to make it sound like, for the love of God. He's innocent.
Right. I have a play for that.
Yeah. So the officer's there, and he's like,
go
ahead.
Oh, I have another idea.
Okay.
It would be better with another person.
Well, you have Cyrus with you, and Yesenia's waking up. I mean, she could come in.
It would be best with multiple people. I'm kind of thinking that it's like, have one person like, I don't want my tent searched or caravan searched, another person advocating for it, and it's like, well, Mosley, you're our leader. If you want us to clear all our names, you go first.
I think before that, perhaps we might point out the fact that there are others that are missing, and do so in an innocent type kind of way, as to spread the field, as it were.
Okay,
I'm all for that.
All right, so this is the way the situation rolls out. You approach him. You're standing there, Cyrus, and Mosley gives you the look of like, don't start. Like, I've got it. Right. He gives you that boss's.
Mr. Mosley, I wanted to come to you first, sir. I wanted to let you know, because I know that you're in charge, sir, and you like to know about these things. We are missing some of our people. Some of them have fled.
What's this?
To the roustabout, sir. They are unaccounted for. The cook is gone, and the strong man has not yet to be found. I am concerned, sir. Now that is 5 individuals who are missing from our league.
Mr. Mosley, you had said, sir, that you only had one of your carnival employees missing, sir. I thought that's what you indicated to me. I was not aware that there were others missing. Thank you, Cyrus.
Mr. Mosley, how could you be unaware that Cook is missing? Everyone's between searching for evidence of who could have harmed poor Barbaletto. All the other mouths are arguing for food.
Thank you, Miss Mercy.
Officer, I would suggest
everybody just 1 second. I just got to take names. Just give me this now. You, young girl. What is your name again?
My name is Mercy Clark, good sir.
And you're saying that no one's been fed?
Yes.
That's interesting.
That is what I said.
All right, and you
We're all,
say
we're all very hungry.
My name is
needs must. We'll, sure we could put a cuppa on for everyone in a little bit, miss. Where's your mother? Where's your father? Well, is no one here to take care of this child?
I am her overseer, sir. I take care of this girl. I am her protector.
Well, feed her, sir, after you give me your name, please.
I believe you've gotten the wrong end of the stick. My name is Cyrus Boone, sir.
Boone. That doesn't
Now,
sound
I think
like
perhaps, given the fact that there are now 5 people that are unaccounted for, perhaps we might start searching people's caravans before things go amiss. It seems that a lot has happened in a short amount of time.
Yesenia, you're walking up and it's not hard to recognize that Mosley, when he says let's search everyone's caravan, is like, what the fuck? Like, really? You fool.
That makes perfect sense.
We're all here together.
That.
We're all here together. I suggest perhaps we do a whip round. We start with Mr. Mosley because we know it should be an easy search as he is our leader and infallible. And then you are more than welcome to search my tent and move on to the girls and so forth and so on.
There'll be no searching of the women's tents tonight. Not unless we, let's. We're not about going through unmentionables. I'm a gentleman. We have a way of doing these things. Now, Mr. Mosley here, if he agrees to a search, I can do that. But you just can't go barging into someone's residence without proper cause. Everyone just be patient here. Now, you said your name was Boone.
Boone.
Is that with an E?
That is with an E. Yes, it is, sir. First name Cyrus with a C.
Cyrus. And you're Clark with no E?
If you'd like an E, that is the proper spelling.
See there, Mr. Mosley. 2 people in the carnival with the last name of a spelling with an E. That's what I'm... Yes.
You're so smart.
And what's your name?
Yesenia Popa.
Popa.
Dear God, one person with a name ending in A. What shall happen to us? Heaven itself shall fall upon us.
Sir, you're jumping way too fast. So you're
This copper is bedeviled by vowels.
2 vowels. Soon there will be a 3rd. What will happen to us?
Well, first of all, sir, I believe that she's a papist. Are you a papist, miss? Named Popa?
I'll look to Cyrus.
I don't think she owns any paper, sir.
Excellent. Now, about this searching. Mr. Mosley, you have no problem with me going through your caravan then, looking... Why am I going through a caravan looking for people? Can't any of you find these people? Where would they have gone?
Perhaps, sir, we wouldn't be looking for people. We would be looking for evidence of malfeasance.
Well,
clearly they have fled. They would not be fleeing into the camp. We would just be doing a search.
This sounds like it's going to take quite some time. All right, well, let's make me a roll. He is ready to go in one direction or another because he thought he had the whole case solved. Mosley gave him the whole thing wrapped up.
Yeah, not remotely shocking. What am I going to be using?
Well, you're going to be using the idea that you're trying to get him over there. You can either use logic, you can use either inspiration, manipulation. Those are all good.
We'll do manipulation as it's malicious and empathy. So 5, okay.
Yep.
Good luck.
That is 3 6s, sir.
Yes!
So Mosley is like, Steinar is not going to be in my cart. He's like, Mr. Mosley, you don't know that, sir. Have you been in your cart? Yes, not too long before you came here. So he could have slipped in after you.
I'll show you the way, sir. And I start making my way there, sort of pointing in that direction.
And Mosley's like, Cyrus, this isn't necessary. And you're the cop's just following after you. He's like,
we must be fair. And then after his, then he is free to search mine. I'm an open man.
All right. He goes in, and it doesn't take him very long to not see the bullets and then see the bullets. So, like, the first couple of passes, he's just kind of. But yes, he does come across them, and he comes out, and he's like, Mr. Mosley, you believe, sir, that your clown was shot with a large caliber round, possibly from a rifle? Yes. Do you own a rifle, sir? I do not. But you have rifle bullets. And Mosley runs. He's on the giddy up.
I'll chase him down.
Let's go to initiatives. So
He went that way.
well, you heard him.
Now look at the police officer and say, "Should I make tea now?"
After the chase, dear woman. After the chase.
I really want to see Mercy run after him. I really do.
I'll get him, and she runs off in the wrong direction.
I can hear.
Mercy just lays there and goes speed bump, and the guy trips over.
That's horrible.
All right. So who's giving the chase?
I'll chase after him. I'm fine with that.
Cyrus, you have a 10.
Oh.
10. Did somebody say 10? I swear I saw a 10.
The other 10 counts. Don't count that.
Oh, it's a second 10. The second 10 is not worthy of the first.
Sydney, are you chasing as well?
Sure, I will chase. I'm really bad at chasing.
3.
But I will chase.
So you're fast. You react quicker. Mercy, I'm sure you're not involved, right?
I'm not going to chase. However, if there's any constables that are not taking part in the chase, I'm going to talk to them.
There's no constables. The constable does break off and start chasing. But Mosley got a pretty good jump. He's a 2. So they're chasing him down.
Okay.
It's going to be this tackle for. There's a weird thing that I've read about, and I'm not sure if it's true, but we're going to use it, that when you're being pursued, it's so much more difficult to elude than it is to capture. Like to run someone down is a much stronger will than I don't know what it is, but somehow it's very rare that like the person being chased will eventually get away. Like animals can do it, but human beings.
I think it's something to do with your if you're pursuing,
it's a
you're ahead of you. It's a single focus, and if you're running away,
there's a million options.
You're distracted,
and
right?
And you keep trying to do I do this? Do I do that? And it
do I hang? Yeah,
down.
Right.
That killer instinct. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've read that several authors and other people have talked about it in books and stuff. So we're going to say that eventually that you're going to get on, but the first person to get on him is Yesenia. So Yesenia, if you want to go ahead and make a roll for that. So this is going to be to take him down. It's going to be close combat. So we're going to have to go to that kind of a situation or force, whichever one you're better at. As a young 21-year-old,
bad at both of those. So
alrighty.
We'll do close combat.
Yep, and then he'll swing before Cyrus can get there.
Yes, and that is no successes at all.
All right.
He is just really long legs.
Mosley feels you getting closer and closer and just turns and whips a friggin' right hand out. Trying to, yep.
He punched a woman.
And he got 1 success.
Ooh.
So you go ahead and you take 1 level of physical, which is exhausted.
Okay.
He didn't get you to batter or anything, but you took a hit. Cyrus, you're in. If you want to come in with they take your attack.
Yeah, mine would be close combat.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So to 8 rolls. I have 4 6s.
What?
4 6s.
That's great. Okay.
Pickles.
So you hit him rather hard. The two of you are now on the ground, fighting back and forth, going around. The police officer is 30 seconds behind it.
Shuffling along.
Yeah, he's he's at a jog. He doesn't really. He's got somebody coming behind him with a lantern. But you're able to tackle and you capture Jacob Mosley. Cool. So he's beaten up, black eye, bloody lip. You've got a couple of scrapes on you. Yesenia's got, she just got tagged.
Ow!
But yeah. But the police officer comes up and goes, "There was no need to run, Mr. Mosley. I'm sure there's a perfectly logical explanation for you having, large caliber rifle rounds to a gun you don't own."
Officer, he hit me.
Did he? We'll deal with that. You don't strike a woman, Mr. Mosley. And he's kind of like out of breath. He's not used to the whole chase thing. This doesn't work for him. But Mosley's. What do you want to say to him, Cyrus? You can ask him questions at this point. He's pretty tired of getting punched.
He presses into him and says, "Why? Why did you kill him? Why did you kill the gimp?"
Barbarella was going to kill something, hurt someone. He was out of control. He had to go down.
You could have released him, let him go, made him
into the wild. Cyrus, that's your answer, was to let him loose on this town?
No. He would
Dumber
go
than
to a
you look.
facility or something like that, some sort of an institution. He had the mind of a child.
He had the mind of a killer.
Clearly not as much as yourself.
I took a gamble. Steiner's so aloof and only been with the circus a time. I'm a trick shot artist. I'm sure I could have trained or found somebody else. It's not like skills that are unreplaceable.
Unfortunately for yourself, I consider him a comrade. I could not stand by.
I considered you one. So the officer's like, just to get this straight, is this a confession? I'm just making sure I'm on the same page. Mr. Mosley, are you actually saying that you shot your own clown? That can't be profitable.
Clown shooter.
Clown shooter. You have to do it with some sort of vibrato.
Instead of killer clowns from outer space, it's
Right.
clown killer.
Yep. Insane clown shooter. There you go.
Clown downer.
So Mosley goes
Clown
ahead and he
downer.
does, you're able to put together, he tells you where the rifle is. He kind of breaks all that down. He's talking he's talking about how Barbaletto is cursed. Barbaletto was, more than just a geek. Mosley also starts trying to out other people. So
I'm writing notes.
he starts with, officer, I could tell you a lot more that's happened than just this.
Cyrus cuts in and says, I cannot believe you hit this poor girl, Yesenia. Damn you, man. And he punches him as hard as he can in the head.
Violence begets violence.
He needs to shut up. That's what it is. He needs to shut up.
I'm going to try to whip up some tears, like really hard.
Pinch something. Pinch something. Cry.
Yeah. So he gets quiet, goes down. He just gives you the look. He's got spittle coming out of his mouth with a little bit of pink ooze to it from the beating that you've given him. The officer Derek Waits will take him away. They're just going to tie him up with rope and walk him back into town. Him and the volunteers. They tell you they'll come collect the body of the clown tomorrow, just in case he needs to do anything with an inquest. But then he's like, "Oh, I don't have a coroner. I wonder if I can find that man from Edinburgh that they talked about at the Cummings house. I'll try that. Maybe he's still around." At about 5 a.m., Steiner, after you've had a lovely sandwich, she's actually working on breakfast at this point. Like it's
drifting off at this point. I mean,
Yeah,
you've been up all night, so it's been a long day.
The officer comes back in and he's like, "Naomi, I'm home," and she's like, "Oh my God, Derek, you have no idea what happened." "Oh, let me tell you. They killed a clown. The man. First of all, the man who was his employer killed a clown. This man is here. Nick was making all sorts of aspirations and was threatening to kill Marcus Briggs. One thing at a time, Naomi.
Stand up and kind of clear my throat. Kind of put my cap down and rifle to the side. I apologize, sir. I came looking for you and figured that the troubles of the circus wouldn't take all night, but I believe I found Nick and the process of conspiring to kill Marcus.
What did I say when we moved to this place? What did I say, Naomi? You said it was a real slum. I said it is. Look at this. This is the kind of thing. Work. Dead cattle. Cummings drowned in his bed. Wife not knowing how that happened. Now this. Oh, unbelievable.
I apologize. I'm Steinar Broom. I am from the circus, and I had just occasioned myself to the Briggs farm looking for Nettie when I came across Nick, and I'm going to point to the knife that I left sitting carefully down with one of her knives in hand to kill Marcus in his sleep.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate this information. I will make sure to reach out to. Please, I've had to arrest your employer. I'm afraid that you may be finding the circus may have been shut down this evening. I'm not sure how they'll carry on. Jacob Mosley has been implicated in the violent and grotesque killing of a clown.
But Jacob, he's such a fine, upstanding man.
It took hours of interrogation, sir. Some of my finest work. He was unable to bear the weight of one of Her Majesty's investigators, sir.
I've heard tales. I don't know how else to react to that.
That's it, about all you got. He says, so much so that it came to me immediately that we shouldn't be looking for you, sir, because your name came up, Steiner Broom. Steiner Broom, yes, your name came up. He says it came to my brain that we shouldn't be looking for you, but we should be looking for hard evidence. And sure enough, Cranfield, sir, Cranfield's in his cabin.
How exactly did my name come up? Surely, as soon as I left the show, of which everyone saw, I took off to the Briggs farm. I figured once my time was done that I could go and confess my adoration for Nettie and hopefully convince her to run off with us, because Marcus I saw what he did to her. And I felt that the only way to get her away honorably was to ask her to come with me.
Another gentleman falls to Nettie's charms. Huh. Well, love-struck fools. You've got to get yourself a woman who can cook. It has nothing to do with looks. Has nothing. And his wife just kind of gives him a...
What?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Food on the table, sir. That's what's important. So he's like, your name came up from Mr. Mosley himself, claiming all kinds of things, that you had an absolute quarrel with the clown that in question, the corpse in question. Now I couldn't question the clown. So again, I thought to myself, search his wagon.
I see. And you found the bullets there?
Well, of course, they're his bullets.
I see.
Cranfields. You don't happen to shoot Cranfields, do you, sir?
I don't, actually. No, I don't like their make and how they ride through the bore of the rifle. I find them off a little. And as a marksman, that's an important quality to have, is the right bullets in the right rifle.
And he takes out his notebook and he's like, you're the marksman.
I am.
That explains that. Well, good night's work. I see there's flapjacks. I see there's hotcakes. He says, well, sir, would you please inform the rest of the circus that there'll be no performance tomorrow night? I need to clear everything cleared up, clear the body away. I will have to make some extra inquiries, talk to a few people. You have several people missing, by the way, sir. You're missing a cook. You're missing 2 other employees that do manual labor. Mm-hmm. I'd like to speak to them should they return. So please don't leave the area. I do have some other. I'm going to have to make my reports out tomorrow, and I will be in touch very soon.
I'll be more than happy to pass that message along. However, it's been such a long evening. It wouldn't be too uncouth for me to ask for a little bit of breakfast.
Well, I mean, Naomi, do we have enough Of course we do. Remember, I shop with my ability to cook, not with my face. So she's, and he's like, true. Excellent. So yes, of course, sir, you may join us for breakfast. Why wouldn't I want to sit with a famous marksman? Tell me all about it, sir. Tell me all about your skills of legerdemain.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and tell him all about it.
All right, so that concludes the Barbaletto killing. We found Jacob Mosley's the bullets. Ooh. The team was able to lure them in. This was not supposed to be a massive part of the mystery, but they did a great job anyway. Steiner's was also able to convince the nice Naomi Whites that there was a big problem out at the Briggs farm, which that's not over. We're going to have to deal with some of that next time. And then wrap up this chapter. So it looks like we're close, gang. Almost to the end. We'll figure out how they're going to get Kiva placated and what they're going to do about that next time. I want to thank all my players as always. I also want to put up the slide that gives you all their information because, well, it's kind of what we have to do. And don't forget, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Likes mean a lot, supposedly on YouTube. This is our first time doing this kind of stuff. So we really would appreciate it. And also, you can go to our Patreon. We have lots and lots and lots of hours from our previous shows, solo adventures. And we're hoping once this show takes off a little bit, we're going to do some solo adventures with some of these characters as well. If the players would like to do that, I've got a bunch of things and some ideas lined up. Special investigations built just for their skill sets. So we'll find out more about that, as I said. But don't forget, the number 10 came up. Find it the first time, not the second time. And on Facebook, or you can message me directly. Tell me the time, and the first person that can do that is going to win a T-shirt. So from all of us at the Bardic College, I want to say thank you for joining, and we'll catch you all next time. Good night, team.
Good night.
Good night.
And
Good night.
Good night, watchers, viewers, people.